thoughts about that, stay tuned, and I will share those with you in just a few minutes. All right, welcome to Real Life with Andrea. My name is Andrea, and let's dig in. So I am happy that Donald Trump is going to win the presidential nomination for the Republican Party, and he is going to be running for president. I think that he has done good things for this country. I think that he has a good head on his shoulders, and I think that he is able to get things done. I think he says what he means, and he means what he says. This is not that he doesn't ever misspeak or misinterpret things, but he is a honest, straightforward candidate who believes in America, believes in the United States of America as a republic. He believes in the Constitution, and he desires to uphold that Constitution and to try to get our country back into the idea that that Constitution is an important document for us to follow in order for us to continue to have the freedoms that we have. Is that a right-wing agenda? I don't know. If it is, then the left-wing agenda is to take us all into a state of the government being in control of everything and we have nothing. So, I mean, that is why the Founding Fathers put that Declaration of Independence, in the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights, all those things together, so that we could live in a free government, under a free government. All right, so that being said, it makes me sick. All the people who call themselves conservative Republicans, who are so angry that he is winning the nomination, that they say if he wins, if he's the one who's running for president, they are going to vote for Joe Biden. They don't care what he stands for. They hate Donald Trump so much that they are just going to vote the opposite just because. And I want to say that is so ignorant. If you were not a pro-Biden person before, you should not be a pro-Biden person now. You aren't voting for Biden because you believe in what he is standing for or what he thinks. It's just because you hate Trump. And I believe that people who are going to vote based on this crazy emotional roller coaster are too ignorant to vote. If you can't back up your reasoning why, can't tell us why Biden would be a better president than Donald Trump and make it make sense, how can you go to the polls and vote? I mean, legally you can, but how is that helpful? So on that note of people being all up in arms and angry because of an image, because they don't know him personally. You don't know him personally, so how can you hate him so much as a person? You hate his image. Okay. But why is it then, and we're going to turn the tables just a little bit, why is it then that people want the world to take me at face value? I shouldn't have to create a good image. You can just take me for who I am. I'm not going to pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to mature. I'm going to stay the way that I am. And you need to like me for it. Doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter how I dress. It doesn't matter how I act. I have the right to be who I want to be. And so I find it interesting, these two dynamics, that you want other people, you want to be able to judge other people based on an image. You want to judge other people without knowing them for the way that they look, the way that they talk, the way that they dress, for the money that they have, for the car that they drive, for whatever it is. But you don't want to be judged. You're calling people out for judging you. You are the most judgmental people on the planet. Why? Oh, why do we think that it is okay for us to judge other people and then get upset or call it hate speech when you are being judged for whatever it is. The way that you dress. When I was in high school, it was, headbangers and I don't even remember what they call it because I just didn't care. And you were judged. If you dressed like them, then you must be like them, whatever. And now it's gender pronouns and transgender and LGBTQ and whatever is going on, that you don't want to be judged, but you judge others. If people don't agree with you, then it's hate. You do not have to agree with everybody. I do not have to agree with everybody. And we should still be able to have an intelligent conversation about why we don't agree. And we can agree to disagree, and we should still be able to be friends on the things that we do agree on, because there should be something that everybody agrees on. There aren't too many people who, if you come in contact with them, you would have absolutely zero, nothing in common with. That you could just hate them so much for what they stand for. There is nothing redeemable about that person. And that is what I think is happening with Donald Trump. People just hate him so much. And most people, I'm not going to throw everybody under the bus there, can't even articulate a logical reason why they hate him. It doesn't make sense why they hate him that much. So as I'm thinking about how to talk about this subject with my kids, I am struggling with the way to help them understand that we don't have to like everything about people and we can still vote for them. I don't know that much personally about Donald Trump. Should I? I don't know. I hear people talk about their interactions with him and they think he's a wonderful guy. Black people, white people, Hispanic people, young people, old people, people who come into contact with him personally tend to have a good opinion of who he is as a man, as a businessman, even as a politician. And it's not negative. So when you start with all of your hate speech towards our future Republican nominee, maybe you should take a minute to stop and think about why you actually hate him. Is it because somebody else does? Is it because there's a community who does? Do you feel pressure to hate him? Do you really hate him? Or you just not want to see him be president? And if you don't want to see him be president, why not? And why is somebody else a better candidate? Because just because you don't want to see him be president doesn't mean he's not the best candidate that's out there currently. All right, so thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. As always, you do not have to agree with me. We live in a country still, praise the Lord, that we have the right to speak our opinions. It is my belief that the intention of the founders was that we were meant to be able to do that with honor and respect to those around us. We can share our opinions and be kind. Thank you for listening. If you've liked this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you don't, feel free to thumbs down it. Put any comments below that you would like to comment. And I hope that you will take some time to think about, even for those who are pro-Trump, think about why it is you're voting for him, what it is that you hope to gain. If you were in his shoes, what would you do different? I'm thankful that I'm not in his shoes. I would never want to be president of the United States. That's a big job. It's one that, unless you've done it, you can't really imagine how hard that would be. All right, so interesting conversation. I look forward to hearing your comments, and we will see you